गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनशम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलास महामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। We will read from page 198, verse 192. आपातदृष्टितस्तत्र ब्रह्मणो भाति हेतुता हेतोश्च सत्यता तस्मात् अन्योन्याध्यास इष्यते। अन्योन्याध्यासरूपोऽसौ अन्नलिप्तपटो यथा घट्टितेनैकतामेति तद्वद् भ्रान्त्यैकतां गतः मेघाकाशमहाकाशौ विविच्येतेन पामरैः तद्वद्ब्रह्मेशयोरैक्यम् पश्यन्त्यापातदर्शिनः पश्यन्त्यापातदर्शिनः We were seeing the topic of Ishwar Brahma Vivek. Why this topic should be seen? Because as long as I feel Parichinna and Ishwar is Paroksh, remote, Atmani Parichinna Bhavana, Ishware Paroksh Bhavana. This will always make me limited and I will be under the rule of Ishwar. As long as I am a doer, I will always have Karm Phal Data. If you are having a car driving, so the rules of driving will start applying upon you, and there will be some ruler who will implement the rule if you are driving. If you are not driving the car, so the rules don't apply on you, and there is no ruler upon you. As long as I am limited, there will be other bigger limited to rule you. And therefore, it is important that I should know my nature and get out of these rules. Scripture do not want to tie you with the rules. They say you should come to that. I'm putting on rules because if you don't tie yourself with the rules, you will become licentious. But if you have known your non-dual nature, na tasya karyam vidyate, then there are no kartavya for that. Yastu atmaratireva syat atmatriptascha manva. Atmaniyevcha santushtah tasya karyam na vidyate. One who is satisfied in the self, one who is reveling in the self, for that there is no duty remaining. When there is no duty, why there is no duty? Kartavya is for karta. So kartavya, karta, karm, phal, karm, they are all same family. If one comes, all will also come. But karta is not our real nature, and therefore we want to do the work, not to complete the work, but to get rid of a karta. Generally, when you have work, you want to complete one work, another work. Why you want to complete? You want to, because doer is not your nature. And doer is not your nature, therefore you want to get rid of the doer. But our problem is that we want to become enjoyer and not doer. So as long as enjoyer is there, doer will always be there. This is the same, two sides of the same coin. Actually speaking, I want to get out of the doer, enjoyer and doer both. So Vedanta says you enjoy something not to enjoy the object but to get rid of the enjoyer. And you do something not to complete the action but to get rid of the doer. But you falsely have thought that I got enjoyment because of the object. Vedanta says you got enjoyment because you got rid of the enjoyer. Enjoyer didn't give you enjoyment, but getting rid of the enjoyer gave you the enjoyment. I feel I am enjoying because there is a joy in it. Vedanta says you are enjoying because your enjoyer is not there. You feel that I am free from that. And therefore, doer and enjoyer is not your essential nature, because anything you want to give up should not be your nature. Anything you want to give up should not be your nature. And therefore, this topic of Ishwar had come. Please understand, Ishwar in Vedanta, out of 9 schools of philosophies, out of 9, only 3 believe in Ishwar. Nyaya, Yoga and Vedanta. It's startling to know that 6 schools of philosophy don't believe in Ishwar. They believe in Vedas. Sankhya does not believe in Ishwar. Vaisheshik believes sometimes. 4 kar dete. So there are 2 forms of Ishwar you heard yesterday. One is the essential form of Ishwar, which is Brahman. Another is empirical form of Ishwar, which is along with Maya. So along with Maya, Brahman is called Ishwar, and without the Maya, Ishwar is called Brahman. So one is essential nature, other is empirical nature. Essential nature is not dependent on anybody, empirical nature is dependent on something. That was the topic going on. And from 182 to 187 we saw Jagat Yoni Ishwar. Then the Pur Paksh was raised. If you remember, Pur Paksh was raised. From 188, the differentiation between Sureshwaracharya and Vedanta Swami was pointed out. Somebody has said that the world has come from Brahman, and somebody said, Vedanta Swami said, no, world has come from Ishwar. Then it was mentioned that when it is said it has come from Brahman, actually it is implied, it is loosely said it is coming from Ishwar, because Brahman straight away cannot give birth to world, because Brahman is avikari. Remember that topic was there. The question is, do we need the empirical Ishwar or do we need the essential Ishwar? Do we need essential Ishwar or do we need the empirical Ishwar? Both we need. One is praptavya, other is gyantavya. One is worth attaining, other is worth knowing. Because unless you have the knowledge of the vyavharik or empirical Ishwar, you can't perform karma yoga and can't perform bhakti yoga. So essential Ishwar doesn't work in karma yoga. Because when Bhagavan says, do all your action for me, so he is not telling as a Brahman, he is telling as the karma phalata, as the lover Ishwar. So you need Ishwar to give you fruit of action, and to get out of worldly enjoyment, I have to be the enjoyer of Ishwar. I'm repeating it, to get out of the enjoyer of the world, first I should become the enjoyer of Ishwar. In other words, I also say, okay, Ishwar, I am the enjoyer, you become the enjoyer. I am the enjoyer, you become the enjoyer, and I am the enjoyer, you become the enjoyer. This is called bhakti, or this is called karma yoga. So in the path of karma yoga, because I have a strong doer, somebody went to Sri Baba, he said, should I worship the God with form or without form? He said, it depends what you are understanding about yourself. As long as you are a doer, and you think yourself as with form, you need a God which is also a doer and which is also with form. And therefore, when you are in the path of Karma Yoga, you need a Ishwar which is not essential Ishwar because you want somebody to help in your action. And you want somebody whom you can offer also the fruit of action. I can say I am doing for him. It is easier to say like that. That I am working for Ishwar. I am working for him. I am working because he has given me a lot. I am working for the God whom I love. I am working for that God whom I appreciate. So if you don't have the relation with the God and you have not become the enjoyer of that God, you will never be able to leave the enjoyer of the world. So one enjoyer is required to remove another enjoyer. You need Ishwar with form, you need Ishwar which is a doer because I have many things to do in my life. Whether it is outside world, whether it is a sadhana world. In sadhana also a lot of things has to be done. I have to purify the mind. I have to take out kam krodh from the mind. I have to take out the mamta from the mind. I have to take out ahankar from the mind. So I need lot of help because I have a strong helpless doer. So I need that another doer to take care of my small doers. So don't try to go to the Drishta Ishwar if you are a Karta. Because you will not, it won't work. It won't make lot of sense. Even if one of our Vedanta class you will understand and after that you will start working. So after you become doer, after that all what is Drishta Ashtani Kam Karta. So you need a strong Ishwar which is doer, which is enjoyer, which is helper, which is Ashradata, which is the one who can protector, one who can appear as your mother, your father. And therefore that empirical Ishwar is very much required. Till you have mastered your Karma Yoga, that means the fangs of enjoyer and doers have been taken care of. Snake is there, fang is not there. A fangless snake is a rubber to play. Well, I cannot play even with the fangless snake. So now I don't have doer, I don't have enjoyer, I don't enjoy anything of the world. I have nothing to do, my Rajaguna has come down. So that empirical Ishwar, then you say he is my relative, he is my father, mother. I have no other relation, and slowly your whole day you are absorbed in that Ishwar. I have no attachment, I have no anger, I have no doer, I have no worry about what will happen to me because God has taken care of. So when you have come to that state after few years or few births, and then you sit quietly. And sitting quietly without working is natural for you. You can sit quietly, somebody's success doesn't touch you, somebody's failure doesn't touch you, there is no competitor in you, there is no small mind in you, there is no comparison in you. Not that you see somebody and sees he is so lucky, he has money, he has wife, child, I have nothing. Or his car is good, I don't have a car. I'm only talking of Sakar. So, Nirakar. He has cars, he is so lucky they are husband, wife, child, having such a good time. I am alone in the ashram. I am alone and nobody talks to me also. I have no husband, no wife, no child. Nobody understands how lonely I become at times. How much God's name to take. I have been taking God's name so much, Vishnu Sahasranam, so much Chandi Havan, I can't do too much. I think I am overloaded and overloaded by sadhana. So, too much of solitude is there in my life. Nobody understands, nobody asks also what you ate, what you did not eat. Everybody is busy in their own world. I need a company. I need somebody to, share. I need a shareholder. I am not that evolved. I need somebody to talk to. You will not believe those who have been brahmacharni for 30 years, they say like that. I am not joking. 25 year, 30 year. Therefore, if somebody says, I want to become, I get scared. I said, he means it the same thing. They say, see, I write this and nobody is there to read. And you read now. So they wrote article and I said, I read later. No, you read now and tell me how is it. If you don't read, I'll dictate and you have to listen to that. Then I said, okay, you read now. I'll hear. Mind aisa hai. That means the person has not done Karma Yoga Sadhana. If he had got the Ishwar as a partner, then you can read to Ishwar, no problem. He will read it. He will listen that. And if that is not provided, a person will become bitter or angry or easily frustrated because that demand is not fulfilled. So don't jump, please. So you go through the process of Karma Yoga. It's very easy to talk on Vedanta. Bhokta is Jindavad, Karta is Jindavad. I have complaints, I have regrets, I have anger. Then I talk about Vedanta. That means the Vyavharik Ishwar has been left. I didn't use it to grow. The biggest wisdom in our life is to take help from God. One thing I realized, the very important wise person is he knows who can help me. And you will understand that world cannot help me beyond a point. World can help me in giving you food. If you go to somebody, you say, I want food, he can give you food. World can give you water, world can give you clothes. World can give you maybe, you need money, okay, I can give you some money. But world cannot take away your anger and cannot take away your ego. There is where their God has to intervene. World cannot take away your doership and enjoyership. There is where world collapses. And here I always say, please take help from God here. There you go and approach God and there you chant His name, you call Him by chanting His name, or you call Him by singing His glories, or you do your puja, you do your jap, you do your part, or you cry in front of Him. But develop such a relationship that you feel, I have everybody and I don't need anybody else now. The best of the people will never equate my God. If world appears good, that only means that devotion is less. It is like somebody else's appears good to the wife. That means the husband's love is not, you are not feeling it. So, if I have done sufficient sadhana with the empirical Ishwar, then anything comes around you, you are not at all feeling that he is better and I am not better. If anybody has something, and you are repeatedly seeing that means importance is there on that thing in your life. Otherwise, why will you see that when I don't have any joy for that? That means you have not done the sadhana. You have not spent sufficient hours. There is a strong enjoyer sitting in you. Hungry enjoyer. Therefore, you have to give the food of God and let it be satisfied by that food. And if you don't have sufficient sadhana, then you go out in the world, go and enjoy, suffer badly, cry, laugh, go to next birth, again suffer, and maybe in some lifetime you will again come back. But possibilities are 50-50. Because you don't know which vasana will come. So if you have little understanding, do lot of sadhana and get over something. When I see somebody having lot of money, by God's grace, never this thought has come that I should have money. Or somebody has car, or somebody is going to different countries, or somebody is having lot of people with him. I feel, see, so many people are with him, how much he has to give time. So that thought does not come. Or somebody is married, I said, oh ho ho. Now this, he has to carry the child in his lap, he's running around, child is running there, child, he can't attend satsang. That day Prashima came in satsang in Johannesburg, 2 children she has. So the children started making noise. She had to go. Prashima, she had to leave. किसी के बच्चे हैं भाई. So there should be no sukh buddhi in the world. There should be no sukh buddhi in the worldly enjoyment. And if sukh buddhi is there, it is only indicating your sadhana. But I am giving 3 hours and my chanting, how much sadhana I should do? No, think about the vasana and sadhana. Your vasana is much bigger than the sadhana. Problem is this. It's not that how much medicine is you take. Point is how much diseases are there, how much pain is there. So pain will decide that medicine has to be more. There you only one who can help is empirical Ishwar. Because these Vidyanand Swami are saying from the highest stage everything. It's a high level Vedanta book is there. And unfortunately first time they read it, he will be saying go to absolute Ishwar because he himself was a upasak of Deviji actually. Vidyanand Swami was a great upasak of Deviji, Gayatri Devi. He wanted a lot of money. So he did Gayatri Jap for years together. Years together means each day 10 hours they do Jap, not 10 minutes. And after many years, 10-20 years, when Gayatri Devi came in front of him, he said, ask something. He said, give me that money which never diminishes. He was very smart. He said, I don't want this money, worldly money, because this will be over after some time. Then Deviji said, that money is only Brahmagyan. He said, then give me that only. And therefore such beautiful lines he writes because Devi Kripa is there on him. So he has gone through all that. I'm repeating it. You can go through it. And you can see people, you can see enjoyment as you see a dust. When you can see biggest enjoyment as a dropping of a crow, in aparokshanubhuti, this is sentence used. He said, Vairag means even the enjoyment of Brahma ji is like the dropping of the crow. Kak vishthavat. Any enjoyment, somebody is famous, you are not attracted. Somebody is with nice boy, husband, I am not attracted. Somebody is with a lot of, good food, you are not attracted. When that means you have already used the Ishwar in your life and he has become a strong enjoyer now. So when you have gone through this, then these verses will make sense, please. Because you have mastered Karmyog, there is no ahankar, there is no jealousy, there is no anger, there is no passion, there is no competition, there is no inferiority complex. This is taken care of Karmyog and Bhakti Yoga. We should know which class really I belong to. And our class is not our choice. Our class is our compulsion. Because your pain is that. Your pain decides your class. Which area pains you? By not getting what you are pained. You have no choice in medication. Depends what medicine will be depending what is the problem in your body. So you have done lot of jap, you have made a relation with the Lord. He's enjoy. You only enjoy Lord, and all worldly enjoyments have gone. This is what happens satsang when you attend. This enjoyer of satsang. Enjoyer of satsang takes away enjoyer of family. It takes away enjoyer of picnic. It takes away enjoyer of cruise. It takes away enjoyer of, going to Honolulu or Las Vegas. It takes away enjoyer of flying high in the plane. All the enjoyers, I tell you, if you have enjoyer of your Lord, of your Guru, of your Jap, of your Satsang, and every enjoyer slowly becomes so bland and insipid, you feel better, I'll go and enjoy Satsang rather than wasting my time here. That yat sukham vitragasya munere ekant vasinah na tat sukham surendrasya na tat sukham chakravartina. So slowly, your enjoyer of satsang is so strong. You may not enjoy jap puja, but you may enjoy satsang. So you don't want, you just day and night you can be in satsang. Some people have satsang bhakti. They don't enjoy other things, but they can be. Some have Guru Bhakti, they can enjoy with their Guru. They need not go anywhere. They say, I don't want money, I don't want lot of things, I just want to be in satsang. I can listen to Ramayana, I can listen to Bhagavatam, I can listen to Durga Sapshati for hours together. For hours will pass, then you will see I can live without all these, tags and strings around. But you need a God to satisfy your enjoyer. Please get my point. You need an empirical God. You need a God with Maya. You need a God with form. You need a God with name. You need a God who can be chanted. You need a God whose bhajan I can sing. You need a God whose puja I can do. You need a God whose jap I can perform. You need a God whose parikrama I can do. They are empirical God. You don't need a God who is consciousness. Huh? Because you are enjoyer. You are a strong enjoyer. The problem will be if you are not addicted to this God, your addiction of the world will not go. If you are addicted to satsang and God, actually all other bad addictions will go away. And therefore many people leave their house because they enjoy Gurudev a lot. They may not be something else, but they need a form. So if you have mastered Karma Yoga means absence of enjoyer of world. And how do you know? There is no jealousy, there is no comparison, there is no desire to go ahead of somebody, there is no desire to be somebody, because my enjoyer of satsang and sadhana has become very strong. I cannot leave my jap, I can't leave my Vishnu Sahasranam. If one day I am not able to do, I feel very sad. I can't leave my satsang. I can leave for 1-2 days and satsang goes on here and I feel I have to go out. It is a painful experience. I can't leave my satsang. I have to attend satsang. I have to go to the teacher. I have to go to my own. Without jap, I won't sleep. I have to complete my Sundarkand. I have to complete my chanting. Are you seeing the enjoyer which has developed now? And this is an independent, it doesn't need the world for you. It doesn't need the money, it doesn't need the power, it doesn't need. Slowly as you develop in this, and slowly you become free. And if anybody enjoys, for a moment you feel, see, he is enjoying, but so you say, well, I'm happy with this only. You feel I am more lucky than another person. You don't feel that he is so lucky, he is having everything. I am just chanting every day Vishnu Sahasranam. Every day I am chanting Sapshati. How long shall I chant? Whole mouth is paining by chanting. My tongue is paining today. I can't chant anymore. That thought should go away. You have sufficient sadhana in you from dawn to dusk that can keep you totally absorbed and engaged. Slowly, slowly, all your vasanas, lokeshna, vitteshna, putreshna goes away. We are not tempted by anything. Like somebody is giving dust. You are not tempted by dust. Somebody is giving you ashes. Or somebody, best food appears as ashes. Fame appears as dust. Family life, that attraction in family life appears like a lump of clay. The most beautiful person appears as a lump of 5 element. What? Again I got. Most beautiful person is a lump of 5 element. Yes. I am very happy with myself. I don't know the self. I don't know Brahman. But this much is there that I can be with my God. I can do my puja for hours. I can chant for hours. Or I can listen to satsang for hours. Just give me one room and my recording and I can listen for hours. I don't need anybody to praise me and to be with me. Rather, I am very happy without everybody. If this stage you have mastered a lot for a long time, then these verses will come where the teacher, prompted by the same empirical God, he said, please tell him my essential nature. Now because unless he knows my essential nature, he will not feel limitless. He will not know that he is limitless. And there is where these verses are applicable. Otherwise it is N-A. N-A. Understand? Anenu? What? Like sometimes I am filling form, passport, etc. They will write spouses' names and I write N-A. It is non-applicable there. Anyway, so let us now see. Now this point was mentioned that world has come from Brahman or world has come from Ishwar. Now your mind is clean, clear, no strings attached, no work is there. If you really want to study Vedanta, there should be no other work. Like if you put on the fire, if you put a paper, the paper blazes in no time. It catches fire. And you can't differentiate where is fire, where is paper after some time. Similarly, unless this mind is put on this thought of Brahman, it is not that much beneficial actually. It is not for some kind of my entertainment. But that I am consumed day and night by this Vedantic thought. Jnana eva yoga. Jnana yoga, Bhashika writes, Jnana eva yoga, not Jnana api yoga. And for him it is said, please see, we had seen 192nd verse, we had seen 193rd verse also. Now it was said that the ordinary person confuses what? Empirical Ishwar and absolute Ishwar. Absolute Ishwar is Brahman. And empirical Ishwar is Karmphal Data, Kripa Data or the Karmphal Data. Who is seeing everybody, what he is doing, what fruit he has to be given. He who is happy, who is unhappy, who is angry, who takes avatar, he is empirical Ishwar. The absolute Ishwar doesn't take avatar. There is no modification. Because he is without Maya. Without Maya, Kaya, Chaya. There is no Maya. There is no causal body. There is no subtle body. On him all are superimposed. That is a Brahman what is. Don't think this is the Ishwar, this is Brahman. Same Ishwar system. Like this is Jeev, this is Drishta. Drishta misunderstood is Jeev. Not knowing my Drishta, I am called Jeev. Drishta alone is called Jiva. Gurudev used to say, deluded God is Jiva. Realized Jiva is God. Now we had seen this point. I hope you have understood this. So please spend more time in qualifying to understand this rather than in wasting time. Now what is said in 194th verse? So confusion is there. Yesterday I had mentioned one line, if you remember. Satyam was taken as Karanam, truth was taken as cause, and cause was taken as truth. That was mutual superimposition. I had explained that. Yes, I remember that. Yes. So that we had seen. Okay? Now what is the problem with that? Problem with that is, especially devotees, that they will never be able to, please note, Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, even Bhagavad, they are moksha shastra. Moksha shastra means their ultimate prayojan is I should be free from all these cycles of birth and death. And therefore to Ramkrishna Paramhans, who was the greatest Devi Bhakta of that time. So one day one person came, saint, his name was Totapuri. He said, I want to teach you what is Brahman, what is Atma. He said, I don't want anything. I am very happy with my Devi Puja. He said, she only has sent me. He said, you come tomorrow, then I will talk to you. So he used to talk to Devi. Devi said, yes, I only have sent because I want you should know me in essence. You have known my Swabhav and Prabhav, but Swarup is not. You have not known my essential nature. Chetana Rupena Samsita Ya Devi, that you have not known. Matrupena Samsita you have known. But Chetana Rupena, the consciousness I alone am, that you have not known. And that will be told by your Guru Totapuri. So he came and he studied Vedanta after that. And then he knew that. So if Ishwar is not known in the essential form, then I will not know myself as complete. Please note my point. If you are not knowing empirical Ishwar properly, you will not be able to do any sadhana. And if you don't know absolute Ishwar properly, you will not know yourself. It's not that you can avoid Ishwar and you can do the work. Only how do I know whether I have done the work well or not? Ask Ishwar whether he is happy or not. Well, I don't understand. Then you have not known the Ishwar. Well, I don't understand that Ishwar is happy or not. Then you are not tuned to it. You have to increase your tuning now. You have not known. You have not known empirical Ishwar properly. और तुम समझ नहीं रहे ईश्वर क्या है. You are not sensitive to Ishwar. Therefore, if you don't understand Ishwar, empirical Ishwar, then also your sadhana will not be possible. And if you don't understand the absolute Ishwar, of course, you will be totally a sansari. Acha. Therefore, I always said Ishwar is heavily involved in our life. But I am not heavily involved with Ishwar. When you used to know, this boy is very heavily involved with that girl. It means what? He is very happy and sad with that girl. Any issue you are very happy, very sad, there you are very heavily involved. Well, Ishwar is heavily involved, yes. Empirical Ishwar with Maya. Because he keeps on seeing our karma, our intentions, our thoughts, our good and bad actions. He gets upset, happy, sad, angry. Therefore, he is heavily involved. But I am not heavily involved because I don't feel happy and sad with Ishwar. And therefore our sadhana cannot progress. Because when you are not feeling, then why will you do for something? Any sorrow you are removing. You put your feet on the burning wood. Immediately you remove the feet because you feel the burn. Then only you remove that. If you don't feel the burn, supposing a person has diabetic and his feet has gone insensitive, then sometimes the feet gets burnt and still they are not, because their sensation is not there in the toes, that I have heard. So you are not heavily involved with Ishwar, then you will not be able to do sufficient sadhana. You will not be able to, very, very deeply you will not be involved. And let me tell you, heavily involved, working in the world has no opposition with Ishwar. You can be heavily working as a company director, you can be working as a wife, you can work as a husband, you can work as a child. There is no problem with Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga sadhana. But your attention should be on one point, that what God was wanting through me and what I am doing. He has a plan for me, He has placed me here for a certain project, for a certain plan. Like this has a certain plan. This book has a certain plan. It is for a certain project. This watch is for a certain project, certain sankalp. This is for a certain purpose. And all are meant for something else. Similarly, I as a human being, today, I am also for a certain work and a certain emotion. God wants this thing from me. As I want everything, God also wants. I recognize it and I am constantly referring, and that is what is called your devotion and your bhakti and your evolution, and you will be very happy. Because my purpose was not to get that person make happy, or I am comparing with this person and enjoyment from that person. All these are not my purpose here. Purpose was, I am living in this world for 60, 70 years. Let us see what God did, and I did it and I am going. I'll do the job and I'll go. Whether I want or not, I have to go. But I'll do that, his job, and then go. Anyway, I have to go. This is recognized, and everything is nimitta matram bhava savasachin. Are you understanding? I did it, then same God, out of his compassion, he brought teacher, and then he is teaching me absolute Ishwar. So don't differentiate that this is not, Brahman is not, it's essential God is there. And then when you are a student of absolute Ishwar, then same God will say to Arjun, what? That Mudhoyam na vijanati mamebhya paramavayam. Foolish people don't know my essential nature. Look, foolish कहने में इतनी आसानी से बोल देते हैं. Where this comes? 7th chapter. Huh? Second chapter. Huh? Trivir Gudanamai Bhavai. No. Mamebhya paramavayam. That is 7th chapter. And 9th chapter, what it comes? Manushim tanam ashrita. What is that? What is that? I don't know. Ask Ishwar. क्या है वो श्लोक? उदासीन वदासीन असक्तम तेषु कर्मसु मानुषिम तनुमाश्यता. Those who are not wise, they think I am only in the body. Param bhava majananta mamebhya paramavayam. There he says, now please understand, now that God wants me to take us to his absolute nature, and therefore he says, don't tell that from Brahman world has come. Because the Brahman along with Maya That along because that Brahman is not changing, which you and I am. Please note, the conditioning on the consciousness of the Jeev is avidya, ignorance, and on the Ishwar is Maya. But ordinary person will not know that unconditioned Ishwar. And he will only say Bhagwan has made everything. Ordinary person will not do Brahman. Bhagwan has made everything, Bhagwan is... He is very nicely putting Bhagwan objectively. But that subjective knowledge of the Ishwar as Brahman is not known. He has mixed. Now this is mentioned in 194th verse. The topic is carried forward. What is there? I have already read this. 194th verse. What is that? Meghakash mahakashau vivicchetena pamaraihi. Viviccete. One is called Meghakash. What is Meghakash? The space reflected in the droplet in the cloud. Will again say what is there? I had heard pot space. But this is Meghakash, this had come earlier. When the cloud is there, there's a small particles are there. Droplets are there. In those droplets, there is a space reflected. And one is the total space, other is a space reflected in the droplets in the cloud. He has compared the space reflected in the droplets is Ishwar. And the total space is the Brahman. An ordinary person will not be able to discriminate between two. Oh, I understand. So from that he will not be able to discriminate. Tadvat, in the same manner, Brahma eshayoho aikyam. Brahm is original consciousness. Ish is reflected consciousness. And Brahma Ishvayoho aikyam pashyanti. The apadarshina means superficial person. ऊपर से जल्दी देख लिया. Superficial study or observation. For them, they will not be able to see that Brahman. Tadvat brahmeshayoho aikyam pashyanti. Both are one only. ईश्वर पे रुक गए वो. That Ishwar which is a creator, he stopped there. He can't go beyond that there is, behind that also there is unchanging consciousness also. There he is not able to understand. ठीक है, वहाँ रुक गए वो, वहीं पे खुश हो गए वो. So तद्वत ब्रह्मेशयोरैक्यम पश्यन्ति आपातदर्शिनः. I hope this point is clear. Apatdarshina means hurriedly concluding person. Jumping to conclusion. Jumping, not coming to conclusion. He does one exercise, jumping to conclusion. Somebody asks you to exercise and every day, jumping to conclusion. I jump to conclusion. I don't come to conclusion. I don't think and then come. I just dash. He is jumping to conclusion. That's called apadarshina. Acha. I hope you're understanding. So what has happened? He has mixed up RC and OC. He has mixed up. Like we mixed up inside ourselves. Drishta and Jiva is mixed up inside. So there also he mixed up the Ishwar and Brahman. Okay. Is it clear now? So now Meghakash, please note, Meghakash has a beginning and an end. But Mahakash does not have beginning and end. Ishwar is Ishwar when Jeev is there. When Jeev is not there, Ishwar is not Ishwar. I went to somebody, I said, who are you? He said, I'm the principal. I said, where is the school? Well, the school is not built up yet. I said, but you must have taken some land. He said, I have no land. I said, at least you must have got some teachers. He said, I have no teachers. I said, you must be having trust or management. He said, there is no trust, no management, no school, no field. I said, at least you must have done some paperwork. Some letterhead will be there. He said, yes, still I have to make. I said, then what principal you are? When you have no school, and no teacher, no children, no management, not a writing pad is there of that school, then what principal? So when there is no Jeev, there is no Jagat in the Pralay, there is no Ishwar there. Ishwar is always with reference to Jeev and Jagat. Acha ji, very good. Now, so for ordinary person, वो ईश्वर, वो ब्रह्मन को नहीं समझेंगे. Now he is saying, Vidyaranya Swami ji is saying, this 195th shlok, this is a technical shlok. Please read. Upakramade lingaihi tatparyasya vicharanat asangam brahma mayavi srijatyesha maheshwarah. This is called Shadling Nyaya. Vedantic student must have heard. Shadling Nyaya. Well, I have heard, but don't ask. Because I don't remember that. Shadling Nyaya is saying, Upakrama upsamharo abhyaso apurvata phalam arthvadopapattischa lingam tatparya lakshyate or lingam tatparya vidyate. So what is there? Beginning and end of the chapter should be talking on the same topic. Dhyandena. The discipline of studying. Like a good teacher will say, this is my talk on this subject is there. And then he will explain from all angles. And then at the end again he will say the first sentence what he has mentioned. Like the news is there. So first breaking news. Ting, ting, ting. After the elaborate. And again he will, at the end, before the news is over, again the news will be concluded. This was the main news today. So first Upkram and Upsamhar should be one. Like Gita says, Upkram is Nanu Shochanti Pandita. Wise people will not grieve. Upsamhar is Ma Shocha. Don't grieve. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam braja aham tva sarpapebhya mokshishyami. Or another word is Nashto Moha. Nashto Moha smritir labdha. Arjun says, my delusion has gone. Arjun says, my delusion has gone now. And he is starting what he said, Karpanya dosha upahata swabhava. So beginning and end should be concluding. This is the main topic. Is there. This is number 1 point. Second point is Abhyasa. Same thing will be repeated. Same thing will be repeated. Not because they have nothing else to talk, but they want to drill that point. Like 9 times Tattvamasi has been repeated in Chandogya 6th chapter. Like many times Bhagavan will say in Arjun, Tasmat Uttishta Bharata, fight. Right? Fight means do your duties. Or Bhagavan will say in Gita, remain detached. Many places he will say the same thing. Why? Because something is very important. Like if it is, doctor will say, please take this medicine. Again he will say, do you understand? This medicine is a must. If you don't take this medicine, your problem will not go. He said, yes, sir, I understand. Again he is going. He said, listen, that tablet you should not leave, even for a day. Antibiotic is there. If you leave it, it will be detrimental. It's not that doctor has nothing more to talk. But that was a very important point. Abhyasa, third point. Apurvata. Apurvata means uniqueness is there. Every text has its uniqueness. And unless you have your unique point is there, it will not strike, because you will say, I can get. Like in Gita's uniqueness is there. It tells sadhana and sadhya both. Although marg is moksha, but everybody, uniqueness is the only text which was Vedanta taught in the battlefield. Vedanta was taught in the battlefield where the elephants all are around, horses all around, and they are making noise also. If elephant and noise will be there. Trumpet of the elephant is heard, neighing of the horses are heard, and everybody is around, and everybody is saying, and their Brahma Gyan is being taught. Kamal ki baat. This is a uniqueness of Bhagavad Gita is there. So and Arjuna asks also question. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha shamsasi. You are talking about sannyas and yoga. Tash shreya etayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. What is better? He talks about meditation question. He is not saying here horse is running away. Or this elephant is sitting quietly. Or, that current is going to have water. He is not thinking of all that. He is surrounded by all distractions. Still he is asking questions. And he is listening. Lesser are the students, more focused is the teaching sometimes. Because students can't gaze here and there. Because he is afraid of teacher. So, and it's called Apurvata. Upanishad's Apurvata is that only Brahma Gyan is talked of, highest class of students are there. Phalam. Phalam is mentioned as Brahmatmaik Bodh. Fourth point. Fifth point. Arthavada. Arthavada means something is exaggerated. Exaggerated. And to exaggerate something is other thing is condemned. Like Bhagavan Krishna will condemn Karma Kand. In second chapter, Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham, Pravadanti Avipaschita. Well, those who are after Karma Kand and want to go to heavens, they are foolish people. Why? Because they are Ved Vadartha Parth Nanyadastiti Vasita Kamatmana Swargapara Janma Karma Phalapradam. Because they are not understanding this will go to the Janma and Phal. This is called Arthvad. Exaggeration. Okay? And last is Upapatti. Logic will be there. This is called Ling Tatpar. Tatpar Lingam. Tatpar Linga Tatpar Nirnaya. And this is mentioned, see the first line, the 6 pointer clear, na? So, Upkramadi bhi lingaihi tatparyasya vicharanat. One should go through inquiry through ling vichar. Shadling Nyaya, this is called. Shadling Nyaya. Can you repeat once more? Yes, yes. Beginning and end is one. Number one. Number two, things are repeated. Abhyas. Third, Apurvata, uniqueness. Number 4, Phalam, purpose. Number 5, Arthvat, exaggeration. And number 6, Upapatti, logically it will be proved. So where in a text or in a talk where 6 things are taken into consideration, that is called Ling Tatpar Nirnayam. Don't forget this, you have heard it. Well, I have not heard, I forgot. So, there you understand Asangam Brahma Mayavi Srijati Esha Maheshwaraha. You say Asangam Brahma, after that comma, Brahma Sangam Bhavati. Don't associate Mayavi with Brahma, sab garbad ho jayega. Asangam Brahma Bhavati, full stop. Then Mayavi Maheshwara Srijati Esh. Mayavi with Maya Ishwar creates. Don't associate Asangam Brahma Mayavi. बोले हम तो वही कर रहे थे, हमको क्या बता फुल स्टॉप, व्हाई कांट यू प्रिंट इट? One book should be there, all comma, full stop should be there. Sanskrit is a language of brevity. So how much brief you can put, that is important here. So it is understood that student will be knowing so much of Sanskrit. So this is here. I hope this point is clear. Differentiation between Ishwar and Brahma. Time is over. Please write this Upkram 6 points so that you don't forget. Tomorrow we'll continue with this subject. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.